Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I didn't think. Fuck. Hello. Leaked. Ah. Oops.
One second.
Oh, you're good. I have to reset something up too, so you're fine. Scarfo. Johnson, it's not. Johnson, it's not. It's not even the cast, man. Stop, Johnson. Stop. Damn it, dude. I didn't set it up yet, okay, Johnson? Stop. Stop, Johnson. Hello, guys.
Perfect. Just leave it.
What, leave it as guest? No, I'm not gonna leave it as guest. I'm not gonna, I fucked up, okay? I'm admitting it right now. Oh, man. No, it's RoraPickles. Hey, Rora, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Does my mic sound okay?
It sounds a little low, but I don't know if chat thinks that. I don't know if it's just me, maybe. I know you have a lot of things to deal with. You have like 14 cameras and like 6 mics and
Yeah, and I have my OBS cam set up so that I
holy shit.
can play with them. That one doesn't work. I have one outside, but I think that one fell. Now it's pointing.
What the fuck?
I have one in my kitchen too. I've got a problem. Okay, look, it's a problem.
Your your setup is like a fucking actual show, like a reality show. Have you gotten more okay, I'll let you set up first.
I'm just making
before
sure
I
my
ask
microphone's
questions.
fine for you. I'm gonna turn down my noise gate. Is it better if I turn it down? Does that sound better for you?
It sounds a little higher, yeah. It sounds nicer for sure.
Okay. So I have 6 C920s, one C922. I hook up 2 different cell phones via IP if I'm doing a cooking stream, and I have a GoPro Hero 9. So I've got a bit of a problem.
Little bit. What like what why do you have so many cameras? Why?
I don't know. Like I started with just like the classic zoom that people do. And then I moved into just adopting more and more cameras from different angles and thinking of more creative stuff. Now I have a streaming setup that's beautiful. I can be at my desk, transition, walk right into my kitchen, activate the Yeti that's on the ledge there, and do a cooking stream. And then I can also go outside, like say if I have something on the grill or I have a fire, although the camera's not pointed in the right direction right now. But I just like the freedom of it. It's so weird though, because my house is like a reality show house. The whole front end of it is all cammed up.
Yeah, it's badass though, because like you do have that versatility in what you do, and I don't see that in a lot of places. And I like the cam where it's above, and then if someone pisses you off, you just look above and yell at them.
Yeah. I love it so much. I have a one that faces my back too, but my USB buses are taken up right now, so this one just goes black when I select it. I've got to fix that.
Okay. I also like the one that's under your desk that you go under and you yell at people and you go, "Hey, fuck you," or something like that. It's just it's so fucking random. Like I don't see that in anybody else's stream at all. You're the only one I see with this many cameras, legitimately.
I tell you, it's a problem. And I like the under the desk cam because people as a gimmick call it the crotch cam, and then I scream, "It's not the fucking crotch cam!" And then they get riled up and they love it. So
It definitely works really well when you do it though. I come in and I'm always entertained when I come into your stream and watch you. So I'm just like, what's gonna be some crazy shit today that she does? So
it's chaotic,
but,
that's for sure.
Yeah, well, welcome to Inside the Internet with myself, Zach Digital. I haven't seen you in a while. It's been a little bit. How you been?
I'm doing a lot better. I took a break I was supposed to, chat with you a long time ago, and I took a break. And I came back, and I'm doing really well, and I'm enjoying the streaming I'm doing, and yeah, everything's been great. I hope you've been well. I see your hair is long again.
Yeah, I have to dye it blonde because my chat met a goal, so I eventually have to dye it. Yeah, it's gonna be really bad. I can already feel it. But I have to wait until like everything's open again, so. But
you're gonna go get it done. You're not gonna do it yourself.
Fuck that. I'm not doing it myself. I've never dyed my... Dude, I'm 30 years old and I've never dyed my hair in my entire life. If I dye my hair, it's going to fall out, Rora. I'm not going to actually... I know, yeah. I don't even trust the person doing it. To trust myself or one of my friends to do it, that shit's going to look nasty. So I'm not about that. I'm not doing that shit. So.
What kind of blonde are we going for here? We going for like a golden or like a light platinum?
I said platinum blonde is what I'm going to go for, so...
It's going to take so much lifting. A hairdresser's probably not going to want to take your hair that light, and you're going to be yellow or toned.
Yeah. I know. One of my friends, she said, one of my good friends, she said, you know it's going to take you like probably 3 or 4 sessions to get it because your hair is so dark. And I'm like, yeah, what's that cost? Like, I don't know, like $200-$300? And she's like, no, that's probably going to cost upwards of $1,000. And I'm like, oh, man.
$300 per.
Oh, yeah, I underestimated it. It was a bad idea, honestly. But, yeah. Anyway, enough about myself and my quandaries. How did you get started on Twitch? I'm just curious as to how you came into this crazy, insane world of Twitch.
Started watching streamers a long time ago. I have an ex that streamed on JTV. I used to stream on JTV with him way back in the day. And I kind of was away from Twitch and all that for a while. And then I started watching streamers and getting into it again. And I decided to just try it for fun. I wanted to kind of do something like, I wanted people to share interests with me. I thought that was really cool. And when I came on here and I started doing cooking and things like that, people really started sharing mutual interest and I guess giving a shit about the things I gave a shit about. So that's kind of what got me back into streaming, although things have morphed over time with how I do things. That is the initial reasoning behind it. I just wanted to share what I cared about, sort of.
Cool. That's awesome. How long have you been streaming total? I mean, you said since JTV, but like, was there a specific date that you started streaming that you're like, all right, this is the day I'm consistently doing this. This is the day I'm starting. Because my account is 2017, but I didn't really start until last year.
I started, I first started streaming like back in 2011, but that ages me a lot. But I started streaming like on Twitch consistently. My first stream on Twitch was June 16th, 2019. So I've been doing it about 1.5 years.
Wow. Okay. Is there certain, because you seem pretty good at doing social media. Like I've noticed like your Twitter and just how you respond to people and how people respond back to you. Is there a certain, what do you exactly want to do with like the social media game in general? Do you have like a specific plan that you want for the future or?
I have some things in the works. I have some plans. I've grown my Twitch channel straight through Twitter. I am one of the few people who can pull people from Twitter onto Twitch. I've quizzed my chat many times and said, where did you find me? It's like 80% of some people found me through Twitter. So I learned how to market myself through just being like sadly addicted to social media for years of my life and doing it for free and for nothing and for fun, right? So I took those skills onto Twitter, and then I'm obsessed with numbers, algorithms, engagement, stuff like that. I do a lot of experiments and tactics to see what gets me more engagement and what draws people to my channel. And that's something I'm very It's like a game for me. It's like a weird little grindy game for me. So I'm really obsessed with that. And I have a lot of plans going forward. I'm moving my content on a YouTube. I have specific YouTube style content I'm going to be doing. I have some TikTok content that I want to do too. Although I don't understand TikTok. I think I'm too fucking old. I just don't get it.
just do dances. That's all you have to, just do dances and do dances and fucking be half naked basically is what I've noticed on TikTok. Is the people who are basically that's it. That's literally it. Like the people who have the most views just do that shit or just do stupid fucking dances and then they get a whole bunch of viewers.
Well,
but
yeah,
like
and I feel like if I wanted to get a point across on TikTok, like if I had something to say, I'd have to be like as I'm talking, or else no one will fucking watch the video. You know what I mean?
No one will pay attention to it unless you're going. It's bullshit. It's actual bullshit. I don't understand the algorithm yet either. But maybe someday they'll change it into actual funny videos going to the top of the list. But I very much doubt that just because it makes them so much money. So Johnson in chat said bring back Vine. Did you ever go on Vine before? Or did you ever like create on Vine?
I never created on Vine, but I loved watching Vines. I used to watch Vine compilations on YouTube. I still do. Like the classic Vines were so good. In my opinion, Vine was a lot funnier. TikTok is so different, and there's so much fake shit on TikTok. Like you'll see like, it's like someone's getting caught cheating and it's the worst acting in the world and you can tell it's fake, but 3/4 of their audience is 16, so they don't realize it's fake, you know, stuff like that. So I just don't get TikTok. YouTube's something I'm more comfortable with. Because you know, I'm very familiar.
I was gonna say, I feel like you'd be really good on YouTube and just creating that world and just being in that editing space. Just because you edit your stream so well on Twitch, so I feel like you'd be really well. You do really well on YouTube, just creating content in general for them, or for that space.
I like live editing. It's a lot of fun, and it makes my ability to do videos even easier. Because as I'm talking, I can switch cameras and do stuff like that. And I have a 32-button Stream Deck, and it's filled.
Fuck. do you at this point can you not look at it and just press a button and you know what's going on, or
it's muscle
holy
memory.
Fuck,
it's muscle memory. I know based on this. Oh well, there's that. This is my overhead camera. This is my kitchen camera. And this is my I have a second camera, and then there's multiple zooms on that one. So yeah, Jesus. I've got it all muscle memory. All this used to be on my numpad on my computer, so I mimic the numpad. These are all my camera pads. These 12 there.
That's insane that you just have that muscle memory at this point, though. Like I remember I used to work at a bank and I have a muscle memory of the number keyboard now, but you have a muscle memory of 32 fucking keys. Yep. So that's actually insane. You said you wanted to. I want to go back into like the YouTube thing. You said you wanted to go do you want to fully move over to YouTube, or do you want to still do Twitch and then sort of do other content for you? So have a YouTube, or we split the days, you have 3 days on YouTube and then 4 days on Twitch, or do you kind of just want to fully move over to YouTube?
I don't want to fully move over to YouTube. I like live streaming. I like the live interactions. I love cooking with people watching. It feels like I have people in my kitchen with me and there's chaos happening. So I don't think I'll ever stop that, but I would like to rely less on Twitter, I guess. It's a social media platform that I personally find very toxic for my mental health. Yeah. So I would like to rely less on Twitter to grow my stream or grow my brand. But I do have specific YouTube style content that I want to create that just wouldn't go well on Twitch or on Twitter. So I do have big plans in the future. I have an outdoor style podcast idea that I have in the works, and I have a bunch of video ideas, so I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, that's exciting to have come. Do you know when the time frame that is, or do you just kind of tossing it up in the air and then it'll eventually come out, or do you have a time frame to?
I have a time frame. I'm looking within the next month to start getting videos up. I have a bunch of videos that did really well on Twitter that I'm just gonna throw on TikTok and on YouTube, and I'm kind of hoarding all of that stuff right now in hopes that I can, basically I want to start posting regularly, right? But I have an idea for a great podcast where Charles and I are gonna be walking around, and I'm gonna strap this GoPro, we'll switch it between our heads, and we're gonna pick topics, and we're gonna be on nature walks. So it'll be interesting because we'll be commenting on the things we see along the walk and the stuff, nature and all that, but we'll also be having, regular pop culture drama topics, whatever it is, right? And we'll be talking about there he is, by the way. He just got
I don't know why he sneaked by the camera. There's 14 cameras in your fucking house. You could just switch it and literally that would be it.
I know.
No,
I've done that to him too.
That's really cool though. I like that idea. That feels like an original idea. That you have a lot of. Where do you think your creativity comes from? Where do you think it first spawned from? Have you always sort of been creative as a kid, or did you where does it come from exactly?
Growing up, I liked stand-up comedy. I liked comedians. I really love making people laugh. I guess throughout childhood and growing up, I was the friend in the group of friends that was always the butt of jokes, but in I'm in on it sort of thing. And so I like that. I like kind of sacrificing myself for the good of humor, and sort of over time my ex was into comedy on the internet as well. And so a lot of it just comes from, this is going to sound so cheesy, but I like making people happy and feel good or whatever it is. The same with my cooking. I'm an amazing cook, although I'm chaotic as fuck.
Yeah.
When people eat my food and they really like it, that makes me happy. It's so wholesome.
Yeah.
But that's genuinely it. I like making people laugh. So that's where that kind of comes from.
That's really cool. And you mentioned cooking. What got you into cooking? Because you do have some very impressive shit on your, like, I don't know if you took it down. I think you took it down on your Instagram. Some of the stuff you took down on your Instagram. But you do have a very, very creative, like, background in terms of cooking. Like, your shit looks delicious, just to, like, be blunt. Where did you sort of get into that?
I grew up really poor in Flint, Michigan, and we didn't eat very good growing up. Like, my dad was a GM dad, General Motors. Yeah. So I was a shop kid. So I was eating processed foods, lunch meats, bagged chips, Like, our idea of a fancy dinner was like those banquet Salisbury steaks with mashed potatoes, and it was real potatoes, so it was fancy, So I would my brother and we would watch a lot of Food Network, and I watched a lot of Good Eats with Elton Brown. And nice. Iron Chef, old school Iron Chef, where it wasn't in English, and Bobby Flay was like a young guy. And so like I started like trying to like make fancy things out of like obviously like what was a fridge with next to nothing in it. So I guess learning how to make good shit from next to nothing really got me into cooking. Like, I have an Elton Brown book behind me on the shelf right there. I'm obsessed with Anthony Bourdain too. Like, I guess just chefs that I found really interesting and engaging got me into cooking. And then slowly over time, I would start cooking for my friends or whatever, and they really liked it. And over time, I've taken master classes, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I know I'm a really good cook, but I'm also fucking chaotic in the kitchen. And I think that's why people like watching my cooking streams. Like, knives are falling and I'm dodging them from hitting my feet and shit's spilling. And so I think people find me relatable. And even if you're not into cooking, I think the streams are probably still entertaining. So
yeah, I was gonna say I've watched some of your stuff when you're in the kitchen, and it does just seem like Charles in the background, just like, oh, he's trying to get out of the way, and then you're just doing all this shit, and it's just there is way too much chaos when it happens though. But it is very entertaining to watch. It is extremely entertaining to watch. Can you explain your Twitch username? I figured you like pickles, but I could be wrong, so I just want to know more about your username, RoraPickles.
It used to be, you're just a big Pickles fan. It used to be Aurora, and then my friends, I didn't like it. I just like the Northern Lights because I live in a place where I can see them. I live really far north, and so it was that. And then my friends, for short, called me Aurora, and I was like, I love that. I have never heard someone say Rora before, and I really like that. So I came on as Rora Plays, and I decided I like when I want a game. I like tuning out. Like, I don't want to really talk to people while I'm gaming, and I don't want to be trapped in this gaming thing. So I became RoraPickles because there was a gimmick where I was always eating a pickle on stream. So I love pickles. So that's kind of where that came from.
Okay, that's cool. That's a cool background. I like that. Yeah, I've never heard I thought it was Aurora. Like, I literally thought it was Aurora. I've never heard Rora in my entire life. I've never heard that name. So I was always curious as to how you got that sort of origin in your name. So it's a pretty sweet background.
Yeah.
Where are you from? You said you were from Flint, Michigan earlier. Is that where you're originally from?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Flint, Michigan, lived there until I was 24, and then I moved up to Canada for a relationship that sadly didn't work out, but I am a resident of Canada now, and I like it here, so I stayed here. And then I moved to I used to live in Winnipeg, and now I live in northwestern Ontario in a very small woodland town, and I've never been happier. I love living here. I'm thriving. I'm not a big city person. I've lived in cities my whole life. It's gonna sound bad. I'm not a big people person. So I like this solitude. Like, it's so weird, right? That a lot of streamers aren't big people persons, we can keep people at a comfortable distance this way, right? So this is my socializing. So I moved out here, and I'm super happy, and I own like 2 canoes and 2 kayaks, and I camp all the time and all this stuff. So I'm much happier out here now.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up. That one of the things that you have is I want to bring up like basically an Instagram post.
Okay, over.
On your Instagram is basically it's you in the forest. Let me actually bring it up. I thought I had it on here. 1 second.
Good job, host. I'm just playing. I'm just fucking with you.
I know. Okay, it's been a long week at work. Okay, it's been a long week at work, man.
I'll give you a break. I understand.
God damn it. You have like a lot of like really, really beautiful pictures though, with Damn it, where's it at? There
I
it
have a
is.
huge hobby of taking outdoor pics. I love outdoor photography. Over time, I've gotten even better at it. Eventually, I want to get my hands on a really nice DSLR to take really good ones. But I love taking outdoor pics, and I want to start posting more of those on Instagram too. I have a whole slew. I'm so bad at posting on Instagram too.
I was gonna say, like, what got you into photography in general? Because some of them are really, really good. Like some of the outdoor pics are awesome.
I love nature. I've always loved nature. My dad used to take me up north in Michigan camping every summer for 16 days at a time. And then I went deer hunting in the winter with him. And I was raised an outdoors person, and I used to paint and draw, but I've kind of lost that over the years. So I love photography. There's certain angles I like. There's certain shots I like. There's certain, like, when I think about nature and the things I like and I close my eyes and picture it, it's sort of how I picture my photos. So I just, like, I annoy him so much when we're out like hiking or some shit, because I'm like, hold on, stop, I gotta get my phone out, hold the fuck on, hold on, I gotta take, this is a perfect shot, I can't miss it. So I am very annoying in that aspect. But yeah, that's how I got into it.
Do you have any favorite photographers or artists that really inspire you to do that? Or
there's not any photographers, but there's a YouTuber, the account name is My Self Reliance. His name is Sean James, and he lives in the similar region I do, and he takes gorgeous shots, like with drones and, you know, gorgeous cameras, and he does like ASMR-ishy videos. Like, he has a dog, and he camped out in the woods, and he bought property, and he built a log cabin from the ground up by harvesting trees one by one, and it's a really slow, long video, and he mics everything up so you can hear like the fire crackling, you can hear the cutting down of the tree, or when he pulls the bark off of it or whatever. So that's kind of, I guess, as far as outdoorsy content inspiration, that's sort of where that comes from. I love him.
Okay, wow, I'll have to check him out. That does sound cool. Speaking of people who go outdoors a lot, Guru asked, did Hitch smell bad when he stayed with you? Going into the Hitch, basically, if you don't know who Hitch is in the chat, Hitch is basically a guy, he travels around the entire world, and he lives out, like, he lives traveling. That's what he does. He has one of the coolest fucking channels I've ever been on.
It's great.
Literally, it's one of my favorite ones to watch. He gets in such like weird situations and cool situations and just fun situations. He's been literally around the entire world. It's insane. But that's what Guru asked. Did he smell when he stayed with you?
Okay, so the Hitch thing. I've been watching Hitch for a long time. He was one of the first streamers I ever watched. He is my favorite streamer. And I saw he was going to be literally passing by on his bike tour this summer. So I messaged him and said, if you're passing by, I'm an amazing cook. I would love to host. If you're not comfortable staying in my house, you can camp in the yard, but I do have 2 spare bedrooms. And he came and stayed and did not smell at all. I was very surprised. He was very dirty, but did not smell in the slightest. Super friendly guy, makes you super comfortable when you meet him. He is someone that is exactly what he presents himself as online. Yeah. He's such a nice guy. Like, he stayed here for 3 nights. One night because his bike was screwed up, and one day we sat offline together in my living room drinking beers. I made him food, and we talked and bonded, and that was probably the highlight of my summer. I loved having him. And when the pandemic's over, he wants me to like take him camping in this region.
Hell yeah.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, that would be really
not
cool.
Not as smelly as I thought. I figured he might smell too, but he didn't. But I did offer him a shower and let him wash his clothes here.
I feel like, well, he's just like walking a lot, right? I mean, how bad can you smell if you're just walking? Well, I guess if you're walking around like different locations, I guess you can. That's actually surprising. I guess maybe he just has a nice aura to him then, I guess. So
yeah, he didn't stink. I was very surprised. He's also pretty neat and meticulous with how he keeps his things. He takes his time and makes everything perfect. So he probably just takes care of himself. Baby wipes work wonders when you're doing that kind of stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. They're swamp ass killers.
Wet Shrimp asks, what does your morning routine look like?
My morning routine? Well,
yeah.
It used to be lay in my bed and doom scroll for hours and then wait until I hated myself to get up and do anything. But nowadays it's a lot different. I suffer a lot from seasonal affective disorder because up here you get 7 hours of daylight in the winter max.
Whoa.
So like the sun doesn't rise until after 8 a.m., which is still pretty bad, but so I have to wake up really early to get like normal amount of sun. Because if you sleep until 2 p.m., you have an hour of light. So I get up at around 8 a.m. and I check my phone for a few minutes. I take a big fat shit, and then I have my caffeine, and then I work out, and then I take another big fat shit, and then I take a shower, and then wait, it gets better. Then I do my makeup, and then I usually sit in Discord for a little bit or do some marketing or promo work, and then I take another shit, usually 3 poops a day, maybe 4 max, depends on what I ate. But then it's usually a stream. So
do you actually take that many shits a day, Aurora?
Yes, I do. Literally, I'm so regular down there. It's always the same time of day too. Like, say if like I have to get up and go on a road trip, I have to give myself at least 2-hour minimum awake to shit at home before I leave the house.
You're like my father. My father shits like fucking 3 times a day. How do you guys do that? I mean, that's good though, actually, when you think about it, because you are regular, so that you're getting that shit out of your system. Literally, like, getting that shit out of your system.
But yeah, the poops are a big part of the morning routine. So.
God damn it.
That's what you get for asking.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I've experienced some weird shit before. This channel is weird in general. So I was gonna ask more. You have a lot of clips of you farting.
Yes.
On your channel. Why?
Because farts are funny. I grew up watching Jackass, which again ages me, but I used to watch it with my dad, and I used to like do the stunts shit. You know, I watched all the CKY movies, all of that.
Oh,
so
shit.
I like have been lighting my farts on fire for years, and I know that sounds so bad. And then like so I posted basically one night I was sitting with a bunch of the boys in Discord, and I just lit my fart on fire and recorded it. So I showed them the video, and they all started cry laughing. So I posted it to Twitter, and it started going viral immediately, and we were all screaming at the top of our lungs with like tears in our eyes. So I realized people thought it was funny, and it must be shocking to like, this is so I guess barbaric or animal of us, but it's so, everyone's like, whoa, a girl farting? Whoa. So, you know, I just started farting into the mic if like a troll was in the chat talking shit to me or something like that. Although now that I'm working out and I shit 3 times a day, I don't fart in nearly as much as I used to.
I was gonna say, most of the like older clips are you farting. I looked like through your clips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of new farting clips. I was gonna say that I think that's based off your shitting habits now though. So that actually
it is. I'm healthier, unfortunately. So I fucking.
Wait, does it mean I fart a lot? Does it mean I'm unhealthy because I fart a lot then?
No, I think I think it's also what I used to eat. I used to have access to Taco Bell regularly, and now when I live out here, I don't have that option.
Taco Bell will do that to anybody. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, out of all the fast foods, why does Taco Bell do that so goddamn well? Even though there's some gross shit out there. Taco Bell really, really does that really well, where you just either shit your pants or fart, or I don't know what it is about Taco Bell. Something about Taco Bell that just does it.
It's rocket fuel. I'm telling you, it's fucking rocket fuel.
It's definitely viral fuel, that's for sure. Because I assume it was Taco Bell when you farted on the some sort of, was it related? Do you remember what you ate that day when you did that on Twitter?
Oh God, that was, I think, like, it was takeout food. I don't remember what it was, but it was some sort of takeout. And I mean, I'm not perfect. I still eat bad. I was sitting in Discord with my friends like 2 weeks ago, and I muted my mic and I lifted up on my chair to fart, and I fucking shit my pants. And I was like, I'll be right back, you guys. Oh my God. And so I was gone for like ever. I had to take a shower. I come back in different clothes, and I'm like, I shit my pants, you guys.
Oh my God. I've shit my pants as an adult though too. So, I feel like you're lying if you haven't shit your pants as an adult at least once. I feel like people are lying.
Or at least sharted, like a surprise fart. Come on, it happens to the best.
Shit my pants in 2020. That was
same.
It was in 2020. Yeah, no, 100%. Guro asks, can we see the compound bow hanging on the wall?
Can you see it? Well, it's a bear archery compound bow. I will zoom in on it for you. I don't want to take it off the wall, but there it is. It's a camo bear archery. I got that. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I have a bit of like prepper side to my brain where I moved here in a remote place during a pandemic, and I thought we're not going to be able to get shipments of food here, and there's deer everywhere. So I bought that just in case I needed to hunt my food, and you know, it could be used for a home intruder, but
Yeah.
it would be a pretty slow defense. But I got bear mace for that, so.
That's fucking. Have you actually shot it before, or have you like practiced with it? Or
Yes, I played with it, but I need to get it calibrated to my arm length better. Like they have to go with your arm length, and I need the poundage a bit lower on it, just because I'm struggling a bit. But I don't know if you know anything about bows, but the poundage has to be a certain amount to kill a certain thing. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about compound bows, but I did shoot bows. Like I went to a summer camp.
Yep.
For like, it was like a weekly summer camp, and we would shoot bow and arrows and stuff like that. And like I know all the pieces to a bow and arrow, but I don't know much about compound bows. Like the regular bow I know a lot about, but not much about a compound bow. Those things are intimidating.
They are. There's a lot of stuff on it. So you're used to it's a recurve then, right? A recurve
Yeah,
bow?
recurve
Yeah.
bow.
Okay, yeah. Compound bows are completely different. There's so many gadgets and different things on them. And I've got a thing that straps around my wrist that clips onto it, and I can pull it back, and it's got a trigger. So it's like I pull a trigger.
Oh, shit.
Which is really nice to have as well. I enjoy that.
That's actually badass. Tech Kid actually makes a good point in chat since we're talking about bears. So for some reason, the subject of bear milk keeps popping up on my channel. I don't know why. Is bear milk real? I feel like someone linked me to a bear milk thing one time, and it looked completely fake. There's like this site about bear. I don't know if you want to see the site. I can link it to you.
Link it to me.
It's literally the stupidest shit. I don't think it's real or anything like that, but it's literally called grizzlymilk.com. Here, let me get it.
I'll tell you if it's real.
I don't think it's real, but I just wanted to ask the question since we're on the subject of bears anyway. Why not?
What?
I don't think it's real. Yeah, I don't think you can milk a bear. I don't think that's possible. So
I'm looking up right now. I'm curious.
I don't think it's possible to milk a bear, man.
Oh my god. I've heard of bear bile, which is super fucked up and completely different.
Ew.
But don't show that on stream. Look it up later.
Bear bile? Okay, I won't. I wasn't planning on it.
Weird. No, it's real.
Bear milk is real?
I'm looking at searches, Twitter results of someone who's a field guide talking about grizzly milk.
No, it can't be. Dude, it seems so fake though.
I got the guy on Twitter right now. This is the CEO of Grizzly Milk. I sent it to you.
What the fuck? No, this is
My guess is he rescues them. But you'd have to
grizzly bear.
Get them. It's not like a cow. You'd have to like get them pregnant for them to like.
That's what I'm saying. Who puts that can't be real,
Maybe
dude.
he's a grizzly breeder. This is so fascinating to me. Suddenly, I'm so fucking fascinated.
Yeah, it's been a topic that pops up in my channel every once in a while. Like someone came in and they're like, "Hey, bear milk," and I was like, "What the fuck is bear milk?" And then they linked me, and I looked into it, and I was like, "This can't be real." We watched an entire video on the site, and it feels so memey that it doesn't feel real. Like the CEO actually is in a video, on a YouTube video. If you scroll below on the site, it doesn't feel real when he's talking. You're just like, "Yeah, bear milk has been around for a long time, and I've been harvesting bear milk," and you're just like, "What?" It's so odd.
How do you milk a bear?
That's what I'm asking. Wouldn't it kill you if you tried to milk a bear? Doesn't make any sense, Rora.
You hook it up
Makes
to
no fucking
like
sense
a
at
cow
all.
titty sucking machine. You know what I mean? Like
fucking bear milk, man. It just makes no goddamn sense. But yeah, I still feel like it's not real. I still feel like bear milk is not real.
I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna be like, I'm an outdoor influencer, and I want to review your product.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Please tell me if you actually get some bear milk.
I will.
I will be there immediately. I will link that fucking shit. I actually want to see that. I legit want to see that. That's ridiculous, though.
It is.
Ugh.
It's weird.
It really is. If you had a billboard in a high traffic area for the rest of your life, what would you want to put on it?
What would I want to put on it?
Yeah, for the rest of your life. A lot of people say their Twitch channel, and I'm like, what if Twitch goes belly up?
I would want to put a meme or a joke of something, like literally a screenshot of me lighting my farts on fire, like something that people drive by and they go, what the fuck is that? Because again, you put your billboard or your Twitch channel up, you know what, no one's gonna know anything about your channel, or no one's gonna give a fuck. What, a URL of some random person I don't know? You know, they might go for curiosity's sake, but why not do something funny? Why not do something shocking, like light your farts on fire, or me covered in bear milk? You know,
I think if I saw you covered in bear milk,
you know, just bear milk.
I think if I saw you covered in bear milk or you lighting a fight on fire on a video billboard, I would be like, what is going on, and how do I get access to who this person is? I'd be like, what the fuck, man? It would definitely make me stop and go, all right, well, I'm checking out whatever that is or whoever that is. I'd probably just Google bear milk girl or farts on fire girl. It'd probably pop up too.
There you go.
I bet it would. One
of the top Google searches for me is RoraPickle farting. And I'm pretty sure that people who are into that sort of thing are looking that up. So yeah, that's like the top Google search for me, which is fucking weird.
What are some of your top Google results? That's actually a good question. What are some of your top Google results that you remember? Let's actually look it up together.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too. It's been a while. I'm just gonna type RoraPickles.
Maybe mine's Taylor.
RoraPickles age.
Yeah, that one pops up for me. Twitch, Twitter, age.
The farting isn't on there anymore.
Well, we gotta get that back up.
I need to get farting.
You need to start farting and get your shit up.
Right?
Literally, you need to get your shit up.
I know. I need to get on my game. But yeah, RoraPickles age. Apparently, people are curious about my age, even though I'm super open about my age. I don't care. Yeah. I'm a boomer.
Same. I'm also a boomer.
I know. Boomer club, though.
Okay, Johnson, stop asking weird questions in my Discord. Fine, I'll just ask it. Here we go. Okay, ask this. This is from Big Black Johnson in chat, by the way.
Great name.
This is not a viewer question. I'm generally curious. Is it weird if I poop a little when I come?
It depends on what you're into. Is it weird for you? That's the most important question to ask yourself. Like, if you like it, then I don't think it matters if anyone else thinks it's weird, as long as you and whichever consenting partner approves of that sort of thing. But maybe if it's not something you want, then you should go see a doctor, because it sounds like your butthole is a bit loose. Your sphincter leaks. You asked, I answered.
Here's another question from Johnson. It's a continuation of the question. Or, this is not a viewer question, but did you know I have a scar on my ass cheek from when I tried to mate with a deer while I was drunk? Didn't say PETA almost... Oh, wait, that was supposed to be what I was supposed to do. Didn't understand that, Johnson. Sorry. My bad.
You fucking ruined it.
Yeah, I fucking ruined it. I ruined it. Sorry, Johnson. My bad, dude. If you could meet someone alive or dead, who would you want to meet and why?
Elton Brown.
Elton Brown?
Elton Brown.
What would
he's my idol, so.
What would you want to do with him? Would you want to cook with him? Would you want to just talk to him? Would you want to dual cooking? Would you want to have him on a stream?
I would love to have him on a cooking stream, but I think just having cocktails with him, he's a big cocktail guy. I would love to have some cocktails with him and cook a meal with him, but I would be hella nervous. Like, my skills wouldn't match up at all. I'd be so fucking nervous. But yeah, that's probably the person I'd want to meet the most. I've met my heroes in the past and I've been disappointed. So.
Yeah. I usually don't meet my heroes for that reason. It's just I want to see them as that person I had previously in my mind instead of that person that they actually are, which sounds fucked up, but...
No, it's true. I mean, it's the same thing with me, though, right? To say if I have a video that goes viral and then someone comes into my Twitch chat and I'm not yelling and screaming every single second, they're like, wait a minute, but I thought you were someone else. Or if someone sees a video where I'm being thoughtful and talking about something else, that's just how it is. You just see content and expect the person to be the way they portray themselves as.
It's definitely why you have to be really consistent with who you are. And like, you can't, like, I know a lot of people come on this platform and have like really boisterous personalities, and you meet them in real life and they're the exact opposite. And people are like, you're not this person. And you're just like, oh, well, they have to keep that facade up. That's exhausting, man.
I used to do that.
Absolutely. Oh, shit. Okay.
Yep.
That's an exhausting thing.
Like,
man.
When I was on the Austin show back in May and I was loud and screaming, and when I was like doing the different style of content. That's why I took a step back, because I was starting to dread streaming, because although I do have that part of me where I'm loud and wild and crazy and nasty and all these things, I also just want people to chill with me sometimes. So I started like drinking and having a fire outside and chilling, and then people started liking that. And then as I started having more fun, interestingly enough, the chaos came back. Now my streams are absolutely fucked up and chaotic again.
Yeah, it's like when you try to push it, then people can tell, but when you're just, the chaos happens, and it just, people know when the chaos is real and the chaos is not real. Like, you can very much tell. When I go into a channel and I'm like, oh, this person's just acting, they're not really doing it, like, this is not the chaos. But there's a huge fine line between that, and it's exhausting at some points. Yeah. So
I decided to just be real as fuck. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say I'm really laid back, so I don't try to, like, occasionally I'll get mad, but that's just my personality. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'll be like that person, but I do that in real life too. Yeah. So I have like a limit. That's why I like you. You're a laid back, chill guy, and you're easy to talk to. And like when I used to go on doc streams and you'd come on, I loved like fucking with you. I like when people fuck with me, because then I know they actually want to hang out with me. If people are just too nice to me, I'm really suspicious of them. I'm like, what's going on? Why are you so nice to me? You're being kind of fucking weird. Be an asshole to me a little bit. You can be an asshole to me. Go for it. Come on. Like, yeah.
You and I are similar in that aspect. People fuck with us. Yeah. And I think that's why, maybe I liked you. I don't know. Obviously I haven't been on Gondok in forever. I don't even know who the hell goes on there anymore. But yeah, you were one of the few people I carried from those experiences on Gondok.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice of you.
Saying nice stuff.
Yeah, all right, stop it. You're making me sick.
What's wrong, huh? Am I making you uncomfortable?
Not really. I'm not really uncomfortable in a lot of situations. You could pretty much do anything, and I'm not really uncomfortable in situations. I might act like I am, but I'm not actually uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, there's weird situations I've been in where I'm just like, this is fine. I don't really give a shit.
This is fine.
Yeah. G26 car in my Discord ask her to join Twitch trivia and ask her how old she is. Have you seen my Twitch trivia show?
No, I haven't. I've not been watching a lot of streams lately. What is it? Tell me a little bit.
It's literally just Jeopardy. Have you ever seen Jeopardy before?
Yeah.
It's literally just Jeopardy with money in the very beginning. So whoever wins gets 40% of whatever's donated. If you want to do it in the future, you're totally welcome to. But I'm not gonna pressure you into it. So
I would do it. I would suck at it, but I would do it for fun.
Most people say they would suck at it, and they usually end up winning. So, yeah, it's just like random trivia. Basically, I have 4 people on, and then I give everyone their own category. So, like, your category might be like outdoor stuff or outdoor related.
Yep.
And then the rest of the game is just general knowledge stuff. So.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'd be down to do that in the future. I love that kind of shit. By the way, I forgot to host you. I'm the worst person ever.
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Your time is more important, just like being able to come on. So I appreciate that.
Oh, it's not a problem.
So Alton Brown, I actually want to show a clip of not you farting, farting, but a different I'll just show the clip and then I want you to comment on it.
All right.
So let me bring it up. So it's someone clipped it as on therapists, unbiased people who don't gossip to your friends. I thought this was interesting on what you said, so let's just watch it.
Okay. But this is my argument. Why wouldn't you want a person that is unbiased, who cannot legally tell other people in your life that you're venting about them? Who doesn't want someone that you can vent to in confidence that cannot fucking tell a soul? Like.
Okay, I just had a network error. Cool. 1 second. This is my life, Rora.
A person
okay.
Who doesn't want someone that you can vent to in confidence that cannot fucking tell a soul? Like, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you can have a friend by all means, but that friend, I've been that friend. Chances are that friend's gonna fuck up, okay?
Yeah.
So that was important to me because have you had a therapist before? Because I've had a therapist before, and I also I believe in that concept as well, is you can have a whole bunch of friends and you can have a whole bunch of people you trust, but a therapist will not tell your shit whatsoever. And I think a lot of people see therapy as like, well, not a lot of people, it's definitely the atmosphere's changing, but there used to be a lot of people who think like having a therapist is being a pussy, or like you're not strong if you have a therapist. I had the exact opposite feeling. I want to sort of get your feelings on therapists and just if you've had one before and just your thoughts on mental health in general, because I thought that was an interesting clip that you brought up in your podcast.
That streamer I had on, she's a mental health streamer. She's got a lot of education in it, and she's amazing. And so we had a lot of mental health talks. So I used to be a really emotionally immature person, not the greatest person. And the falling out of my last relationship really inspired me to get therapy. And I feel like in therapy, my brain woke the fuck up. Like I pulled my head out of my ass, and I've changed so much and grown so much. And I'm so proud of the person I am. And my therapist is amazing. She's fucking awesome. She's blunt with me. Like, I think one of the biggest things she ever told me was, because, you know, I've had a pretty rough life. And I think the biggest thing she ever told me was, if you continue to stay in this victim mindset, like you are a victim, you will never grow. You'll continue to stay in that space. So she's really helped me a lot. And I think everyone should have a therapist. It doesn't have to be a thing that's stigmatized. You don't have to be weak. You don't have to be mentally ill to need a therapist. You don't even have to have something bad going on in your life. And that's why I said it's just someone that you can bitch and vent to in confidence that cannot legally tell anyone, obviously, unless you like say I want to kill a person, you know what I mean, you know. You know, but like they're amazing. I fully advocate for therapy for all, and I've actually referred friends online to my therapist, and I actually have resources for my therapist in my Discord, which people have now, like in my community, have gone to my therapist. And obviously it's anonymous. I don't know who has done it, but I've had feedback of people saying, yes, I've talked to this person and they're amazing. So yeah, I think therapy is a super important thing that everyone needs, really, because again, like you say, you can vent to a friend or whatever, but you never know, right? So
yeah. Well, it's also the aspect of like you can vent to a friend or you can vent to someone, because my dad he sees a therapist. You can vent to somebody, and you feel like you're burdening them sometimes too, as a friend, or like if you're in a relationship with somebody, you feel like you're burdening somebody. But with a therapist, you can just kind of get it out there, and you don't feel like you're burdening them because you literally pay them to fucking have that burden on their shoulders, and then you can just get to leave. Yep. But with like a friend, you're like, oh, I want to hang out as a friend. I don't want to hear that. Like, it's good to have that friend who will listen to you, yes, but like you don't want that friend to weigh down all the time with just your shit, because eventually that friend's just gonna be like, yo, dude, I can't. Like, you're just throwing your shit on me like I'm a therapist. So like it's.
Oh, and that shit happened to me when I was streaming, and that's part of the reason I took a break, is because everyone was treating me like a fucking therapist, and I couldn't handle it. So I understand completely. I agree.
Yeah, people will DM you or do this or like change this or do this, and you're like, first of all, it's like, this is how, like, if you don't want to watch it or you don't want to do this, don't come here. That's just what that is. You don't need to tell me how to do this. Like, if you don't like it, leave. Like, that's all I have to say to like that type of shit though. Like, I definitely listen to feedback, but there's definitely there's a line where you're just like, dude, I know what I'm doing in some sort of way, or I know what I want to do. Yep. So that's gonna make me happy to do what I want to do.
There are so many of us out there. If you don't like me or what I'm doing, I'm sure you're gonna find someone you will. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I think it's cool that you have like I didn't know you had like a resource or a Discord that did that, and I think that's good because most people who come in and watch you consistently probably relate to your personality very heavily, so they probably bounce off that therapist very, very well, which is cool. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think also, again, this goes back to our discussion about how, you know, never meet your heroes, because people assume that I'm like this put together, you know, wise, strong person, but they mistake. People think strength is being tough, but strength is powering through despite. And I think people see me as someone that's like a mother figure, or like someone they can confide in because of my wisdom or whatever the hell it is. And I have trouble with my mental health. I can't handle everyone else's shit. There are days where I can barely put fucking pants on, you know? So people see me and they get these expectations. So I found it being more transparent thoroughly with every facet of myself. That kind of stuff's been eliminated.
Cool. That's awesome though, that you've gotten to that point where you sort of changed it and you didn't just continue, because I think it's way more detrimental to just continue and then just smile through the pain or whatever the fuck they call it, you know? So I think that's bullshit. I think you should be very forward with that type of shit. So
I was either gonna quit Twitch completely or do it the way I fucking wanted. And I said, I'm doing it the way I fucking want. And it works for me. It doesn't work for everyone, I know, but it works for me.
I think people can respect and see that better. I'd rather have the people who respect and see that than have people who just like, oh no, you changed or whatever. Like, fuck that. I don't want that. Like, get the fuck out of my channel if like you're like, oh, you changed or whatever. I want people who want to come back to want to watch me because they want to watch me, not because of I used to do something that I used to do. Like, it's just it doesn't make sense to me. So
Exactly. I want people to come and watch me because they want to watch me, not because I can offer something to them, not because they think they can get something out of me or extra attention. I've had to recently eliminate people in my community that did that. So
yeah, Smoked Out said, Zach, I changed.
I saw that. I was just gonna say.
But you did change. I just grew hair, guys. I'm still an asshole. I've never not been an asshole. I just shave my head on occasion because I only have shaving my head content apparently, or doing different hairstyle content apparently. What are some of the goals you'd like to accomplish in life? Like, what are the main goals you want to accomplish in life?
I really want to open a food truck. My end goal in streaming is to be able to stream from my food truck. Like, that's my ultimate goal. I really want to. There's not a big food scene here. I live in a very touristy town. It's on a bunch of lakes. It's super touristy. The whole downtown's hugged around a lake, and there's all kinds of food trucks, but they fucking suck. And I'm like, oh, I could really make bank. So I want to stream and eventually get enough cash to put a down payment and finance a food truck. And I also really, I guess my goals are really simple. I want to buy some land. I want to play outside all day. I want to, if for someone who is a little bit edgy and nasty and loud, I have very simple, wholesome things I enjoy out of my life.
I think the loud and the quote unquote nasty is only like the tip of the iceberg of your personality, though. I don't think you're. I think that's it's just a tip of the iceberg of your personality. I don't think you're exclusively that, or I don't like putting people into like categories of this person just does this person just does this. Like if you let a person, I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but like, people are more multifaceted than people think. It's just those people don't always try. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Do you get what I'm sort of trying to say here? Like, people don't. Fuck, am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, people put up their expectations again, and they think, but I'm pretty wholesome. I hate to say it. It could be age. I could be regressing into this old lady, but who knows? But yeah, I have pretty wholesome life goals, and I either that or I wanted to do like a guide business for fishing and take people around the area. The fishing industry is huge here. The Americans fly up, and guiding people would be another big thing I would really enjoy doing. I had this great content idea where I want to take a bunch of streamers. I want to make them sign waivers because I don't want anyone hurting themselves and blaming me. And I want to take them out camping and film them freak out at little shit in nature and put them through a rough camping situation. It would be amazing content, I think. Like teach them how to light a fucking fire or make them like unhook a fish, and they're just like freaking out. Like that shit would be so funny.
You know what would be funny if you and you know who Alec Ludford is?
Yes, I know who he is.
If you and Alec Ludford did like a duel thing where you got like, I don't know, six streamers, and you just like you were both kind of hosts, and you would just show them like you had like different teams where you'd have a team of 3 and then he'd have a team of 3, and you kind of just like combine that together. That would be so much fun to watch. Holy shit. And you got just like random streamers and shit like that, like some that could actually survive outdoors, and you got streamers that are just like truly city type people, and you just put them in that mix. That would be hilarious.
Like you got like guys like Hitch in there, but then you got like some some girly girls in there, or a really nerdy dude. Like that would be fucking good content.
Yeah, that would be really fun to watch. I would love to see that shit.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit I'm hoping to do in the future once I can figure out how to do it. Also, pandemic. So.
Yeah, obviously, like in the future for sure. But pandemic. How's it been going with the pandemic? How have you been doing?
I
Is
hate people, and I'm an introvert, so it's been easy. Like, okay, it's hard because I can't see my friend. She can't drive out to this small city because we only have 4 ICU beds here. We're a town of only 14,000. So
Damn.
yeah, and also the average population is over 40. So like we'd get fucked. So like I don't drive back and forth to the city or anything. So some days I go weeks without seeing any other person except Charles. And he works outside of the house. I work at home. So I stay at home. I don't leave unless I'm going on a hike or whatever. So he gets the groceries. So we eliminate exposure and all of that. But I work out of home, so it hasn't super impacted me other than just not being able to travel or see my friend as much. Really, it's convenient. Avoiding Christmas. I don't want to go to a family Christmas. I want to stay at home and get drunk.
Sorry guys, can't come. It's a pandemic. Oh, shit sucks. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to. Oh, I wish I could come. Sorry though. Fuck.
Maybe next year.
It's such a good excuse for people who don't want to go to their parents' place, though.
Yep.
As fucked up as it sounds.
Well, it's true. And there's obviously shitty parts of the pandemic. It sucks people are dying. My mom has a condition that if she gets it, she's fucked. So, there are things like that, and there are worries. And I worry about my brother. He's a trucker, and he's actually been hauling COVID vaccines, which makes me worry about him. And yeah, like they can't stop. You have to piss in a bottle. It's one way the whole way. You're not allowed to stop. So
that could be
tough trucking.
I was gonna say that could be detrimental because not just because like you have to get the vaccine there, but because people want to steal that shit.
People want to rob your ass, so you can't stop.
Fuck that. Jesus Christ. They really need to like my uncle. I had an uncle. His name was Tony. He was a trucker. They really need to make those like those cabs are nice. I've been in those cabs before. They're nice. But they need to upgrade that shit where it's like an entire goddamn house. Because they pretty much do live in those things. They really need to upgrade that shit, though, for reals.
Oh, they do. And my brother's a big dude. He's like 6'2" and like 400 pounds. So, like, I can only imagine how it must be staying in one of those little cabs for him.
Yeah. My uncle was that way, too. He was over 6 foot, and he was a very big guy. He was like 300-plus pounds. So.
The trucker life.
It really, it's so similar. It really is. What are some of like different jobs you've had in your past life before you got into content creation?
I did retail for 10 years.
Fuck.
Clothing retail.
Oh, fuck.
And I've done retail management, wrangling college kids, telling them to get off their phones and stop talking and clean up their departments. I did that for a long time. Then after that, when I came to Canada, and I had my work permit, then I started my own home cleaning business. And I've been self-employed now since I could legally work in 2015. So like, I think the last 5 years, I might be not accurate on that, but I used to have a list of clients and charge $25 an hour and drive to their houses and clean their houses. And then you become members of their family. You play with their dogs, it's, they're like, have anything you want in the fridge. Some would get me drunk, so it's hard work though. Like I was in great physical shape when I was doing it. You scrub 3 showers a day and you're fucking ripped by the end of it. So I did that for a while. And then I sort of moved into broadcasting and doing Twitch and all of that stuff. And my dad passed away a couple years ago, and his life insurance money that I received allowed me to pay off debts and give myself some time to figure out what the fuck I wanted to do. So in that now I'm back, I have a manager and sponsors and all of that. So I'm back in a space now to where I'm making enough to pay the bills, and I'm happy and comfortable and living in the place of my dreams. So, but yeah, I've been working ever since I was a kid, like very young, always. I'm that type of person that if I don't do something for too long, I lose my fucking mind. I have to be busy.
Do you remember the first job that you ever had as a kid?
2. I don't remember which one was first, so I'll say both. It was a ice cream shop called Banana Boat, and I was young, and I have super thick hair, and what kept happening is they kept telling me to tie my hair up tighter. And I opened a fresh tub of butter pecan, like those big boys, that they scoop out of, and my hair tie snapped, and my hair unraveled and went into it. And my manager was so done with me and properly putting my hair up. She was like, get the fuck out, you're fired. And I was like a dumb teenager. I'm like, what did I do? You know, like I was just so stupid. And then my other job was a Subway. I was a sandwich artist.
You worked at Subway? That was my first job.
Yeah.
Well, technically I had other jobs, but like that was like my first official job.
Me too. That was my first official job was Subway.
Yeah,
and this was back in the day. I was like, God, fucking 17. And I wasn't allowed. This guy was super sexist. All the men would make the fucking sandwiches, and I had to sweep floors. And they always had me in the back, like you know how I don't know if they still do it. But they would measure out the chicken, and like on a scale. In the tomatoes.
When I was there, they did it. Yes.
Yeah. So I had to do all that in the back, and that's mostly what I did the whole time I worked there. But I remember at the point I worked at, we got a free sub every day.
Yep.
And I was a little weed head, so I would sell my sub and buy weed with the money.
Businesswoman from the fucking back, man. All the time. God damn. That's smart. I like that, though.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's funny because you can make the sub like however you want it to. So did you ever not just buy the weed and like actually get the sandwich, and then you would make like the weirdest combination? Like that's how I could do it. I remember if I was making my own sandwich, I would make the weirdest fucking combinations just because I was like, I'm never gonna be able to do this again. I can't do this again. It's gonna charge me like $47 for a sub, but if I work here, I can make whatever sub I want. So I'd put like whatever the fuck on it.
I never really toyed with that. I don't know why, but at the time I cared more about having party money. So like what I would do is give someone a free sub and mark it as my free sub.
Oh, okay. That's smart though. I like that.
I was a bad kid. Like I was literally like, I would have a friend who come in who wanted a sub, and I would be like, $5, I'll give you this sub, I'll charge it as mine. So I had a deal with my friends, but I had this weird dream. I love Taco Bell. Like for being a really good cook, I fucking love Taco Bell. Love it. So my dream is to like, what if you could go in the back of a Taco Bell kitchen and make whatever the fuck you want? How fun would that be?
That would be crazy because I know there's some combinations you could put up like would probably make you fart for days. Honestly, like it would probably be oh God, I'm just thinking about the repercussions of that fart now that you could make anything. Jesus
I'm thinking
Christ.
of the farts after. That would be great.
That'd be insane. What's your favorite thing from Taco Bell?
I love cheesy gordita crunches, but they have to be fresh. Otherwise, if they're soggy, they're fucking nasty. I like the nacho cheese. It's fucked up. I love their nacho cheese, but it's essentially butter, Windex, and yellow food coloring. That's gotta be what it's made out of.
God.
You know what I mean? Like that's gotta be what it's made out of.
Windex? I don't know why out of all the things I picked out the Windex, and I was like, that's the grossest for some reason.
Well, it's just that weird taste in it, right? I'm like, it's gotta be like something like Windex, right?
Super into Windex or some shit like that, like a Windex fiend. Going back to when you did like the cleaning business, was there anything like super weird that you saw in houses ever, or
there was a guy who would always leave his Magnum condoms out for me to see.
Why? I
don't know. He was super nice. He was a firefighter. He was a little bit flirty. But he was getting nicer and nicer to me and staying there and talking to me longer before I started cleaning because he'd fuck off when I cleaned. And I always had the vibe that he had cameras in his apartment. I always felt that. I was getting that vibe. And he started leaving Magnum condoms on his dresser.
What the fuck, dude? He probably had a tiny penis.
He was probably just trying to bait me. I've had people purposely leave out like jewelry and money and like pills to see if I would take them, you know, stuff like that. Like you could tell, like it was just like you would clean someone's house for the first time and you could see literal bait set out. And
that's so weird.
Yeah, well, they assume, you know, you're a house cleaner, you might rip them off, whatever. I had a background check though, which is why I did so well, because when you immigrate to another country, you have to get a fucking FBI background check. So I was like, bitch, I got this.
You're like, you just walk in with the paper, like, I'm not gonna steal shit. Here you go. There's literally a record of it.
Literally, like, I'm not gonna steal shit. I'm not gonna touch any of your stuff. I'm not gonna peek in your shit. But there's a lot of nasty messes, like a lot of freaky shit I saw too. And thus far, from my personal cleaning experience, women are nastier than men. That's all I'm gonna say.
My dad worked at Disneyland in California when he was younger, and he used to like clean bathrooms, and he would always dread going to the women's bathroom or the men's bathroom because he's like, the guys just piss all over the floor, right?
Yep.
Or they'll throw some toilet paper down, they might piss on the floor, they might piss on the seat or whatever, and then they'll leave. They don't really do anything. Yep. Women do a lot in the bathroom though. There's menstrual, there's anything menstrual that relates to that. They might piss on, they might plop over the seat and take a shit onto the. It might happen. You never know. They do makeup in the bathroom. There's tons of things like, they bring babies in the bathroom. Now that it's changing a lot though, like guys are starting to bring more babies in the bathroom, but they bring their baby in the bathroom. The baby might shit all over the place, etc., etc.
I got some good retail shit stories from like my years working in retail. Like, I'm talking, it looks like, I'm not going to do it, that someone just squats, like it hovers in the general area of the toilet and just rocket blasts and everywhere. And you know the way those stores clean it up? You bring the mop bucket in with hot soapy water and you pick it up wet and you let the water just run and rinse it onto the floor and then you wipe it up. Like, I've seen women let their kids piss in dressing rooms more than you think. They're in there changing their clothes. Their kid says, "Mommy, I got to go to the bathroom." We had to install tile floors so that the security guy could hear the splattering and stop it in its tracks.
Oh,
we had a lady pee in the elevator and we watched her do it on camera. Like, there are all kinds of crazy stuff in the years I've worked in retail that I've seen.
I don't understand people because, like, I know I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond in college, and there was definitely like I would clean bathrooms at the end of the night, and just some gross, rank shit, man. Like, you'd think people would, just properly piss in a toilet or properly shit and just leave. And like, even I don't, Roar, do you understand people who don't flush their shit and they just leave it? I don't get that.
Not in public, that's for sure. Like, for example, say if I take a shit and I have to take a shower and I don't want to fuck up the hot water, I'll forget to flush it or whatever when I get out of the shower, right? But like, never in public. I'm so ashamed to poop in public. Like, say if like someone else is in the bathroom and I know it's just about to make that echo in the bowl when I release my poop, I'll like like cough so they can't hear me pooping. Like, there's no way I could leave my shit in a toilet in public. Fucking weirdo.
I've never understood, because those toilets are very high powered too, and you're just like, they're not hard to flush. You flush once and it sucks that shit down quick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that. I just don't, especially in like in a bathroom in like a club too. People don't give a fuck in a club.
Nope.
Ever. Or a bar. Nope. It's weird. It's so fucking weird.
Nothing worse than being at a bar and having to take a shit though. That's like the worst thing ever.
I don't fuck with that. I make sure my bowels are evacuated if I go to a bar. I'm like, no guys, we're gonna wait an extra hour for this shit to come out of my ass if we have to wait for that. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking a shit in a bar. I'm not doing that ever.
Well, and now because of COVID, I don't go in public bathrooms at all.
Yeah. Also, you need people knocking on the goddamn door in the bathroom like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And you're just like, "I'm trying to take a shit, man."
I fucking hate that. Or if you're a girl and you go in the bar bathroom, you get drunk girls trying to like do that dumb bonding thing girls do in the bathroom. And I'm like, I'm in here to change my tampon and take a shit. I don't know who you are, Brandy. Okay? I don't want to talk to you.
Oh my God, though. Your hair is amazing, though. Tell me what shampoo you use. Fuck off,
What's
dude.
your
I'm just
Facebook?
trying to...
I don't use Facebook.
Tell me your MySpace. What fucking era are you from? MySpace? Jesus Christ.
I used to be MySpace famous back in the day, so...
Did you actually?
Yeah, I had like so many, like... I had rappers hitting me up trying to take me out on dates and shit. I was a scene girl. I know, big surprise. But I was a scene girl and my name was like Mika Massacre or something. And I had the max amount of friends you could have, and then I had followers, and yeah, I was super MySpace famous. Like, in the MySpace angles, all the girls would do like,
yeah, the one from the top, and then you'd come down, and they'd be like in a corner. Like, are they in a fucking corner? Or are they just like in the corner in their house? You're like, what are they doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to be MySpace famous back in the day, and again, that ages me too.
Mika Massacre.
Yeah. I googled it. I couldn't find anything. I've tried to find my old MySpace, but I don't think.
I'm gonna Google that. Give me a second. One second. Holy fuck. Did Tom ever hit on you in the DMs? That's a good question.
No, Tom didn't, sadly. The money I could have had.
You would have had He travels a lot. Have you seen him lately? He just travels a whole bunch and shit. It's weird.
No, I have not. Does he have a Twitter account? Where's he at?
He has an Instagram account where he just posts beautiful photos of him traveling. That's it. Like,
what's his name?
Tom.
Is it just Tom?
I'm pretty sure it's Tom from MySpace or Tom MySpace. Let me check. Tom MySpace.
Follow his ass right now.
Yeah, here, I'll link it to you. It's literally just him taking beautiful photos and traveling because he sold MySpace and that was it.
Yeah, and now he can just retire at like my age.
Mm-hmm.
MySpace Tom.
Yeah, that's literally it. He's just beautiful photos of him traveling and shit.
And of course he has the fucking the iconic photo. Perfect. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We have mutual interests. I love dumb shit like that. What's Tom doing?
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome if you get like Tom for one of those outdoor things. Oh, that would be awesome.
Would fucking love that.
I don't think I've seen Tom in anything else lately besides just him doing his own thing, which I would just fuck off too. If I had a company, I sold it for $250 million. Oh, yeah. I would just fuck off too. Fuck that. I'm not doing anything else.
You don't need to. If you're okay, like if you're careful with your money, you could travel for the rest of your life. Like that's another thing I like. Okay, do you know those pictures of those super decked out vans on Instagram that people travel in and camp in and shit, and they like hang the stringy lights and all that shit? I would love a nice van to travel in and road trip in. And I think that would be fun. And road trip streaming, I think, would be a lot of fun.
That'd be a really interesting stream. I've seen a lot of cool van. I'll literally go into like a hole of things and I'll just watch those people who are like, all right, watch me do this van and shit like that. Alec Ludford's actually doing that with a truck. He's creating a new truck and he's I think he's gonna like go around the U.S. and just hang out with people. So
he seems like a good dude. I watch his streams a lot. I like his fishing streams and stuff. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I met him in person. He's like the most down-to-earth, wholesome, like exact same guy in person than he is on stream. Like exactly the same. Super nice. So, what do you find the most attractive in a potential partner?
Intelligence and sense of humor. I've never slept with a stranger. You know, I've had quite a few partners, but I've never slept with a stranger. Like I have to find your brain interesting. Even if I don't want a relationship, I have to be intellectually stimulated. So I'd have to say that before like looks or something like that. Interests help. Similar interests help too.
Similar interests, similar. Do you what's the question I have?
Don't be afraid.
No, I'm not afraid. I'm just trying to frame it correctly.
Fair.
Did you say bear? Like bear milk?
I said, God damn it, Zach.
I thought you said bear. Sorry, I got bear milk on my mind.
Quit thinking about bear titties. Come on.
I'm sorry, okay? I can't stop thinking about bear milk for some reason. It's really fucked up. I might have to have a bear milk stream. What have like your past relationships been like? Because I know you talked a little bit about it, and I was just curious as to what they've been like. So
most of the partners I used to pick weren't the greatest for me, and I wasn't the greatest for them. I was in my early 20s. I was the person that mildly liked someone, enjoyed them around, liked maybe the physical aspects, and then they'd fall in love with me. And then I'd be in a situation where I know eventually I'm not going to want to be doing this, and I don't know how to communicate to that person. So I definitely, in my early 20s, broke a lot of hearts. And then, you know, I got in a relationship with someone that was a lot older than me, and I moved to Canada to be with him because I, you know, found his online stuff and fell in love and all that bullshit. We did a 3-year long distance thing. He would travel to see me, and then from Canada to Michigan, and 3 years. They're hard long distance relationships. The shit that the government must have seen on Skype. That's all I'm gonna say. But I always gotta take it there. But in that relationship again, I wasn't the greatest person. He wasn't the greatest to me either. And I made a lot of mistakes. And when I think back to my past self, I would slap the fuck out of her. Like I really, you know, after getting therapy and stuff, you know, like now Charles, obviously, we both basically do what we want. We're not, I wouldn't say like an open relationship, but we both just kind of freely I don't know, it's nice. We're open, we're honest, we just have fun, and I've learned a lot of things about myself that I had to change in order to A, be a happier person, but B, be better to others around me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in my past relationships, I was probably a really miserable, horrible person to be with, to be honest. But I'm
Yeah.
also very transparent. So
Yeah. Is there any advice you'd give to people on just life in general? Because I feel like you're a more wiser person on Twitch that I've one of the wiser people I've talked to, at least in this interview, in this type of interview style. Is there any advice that you give to people just in life in general that you've learned in the past that you kind of want to like pass on to someone who's in the chat or?
I think one of the biggest pieces of advice is what I said earlier. If you victimize yourself, you're never going to grow as a person. And that doesn't mean you can't ever feel sorry for yourself. It just means if you stay in that mindset, you're never going to grow as a person. And I think also learning how to take criticism and be honest with yourself and admit where you're wrong, because we have perceptions of ourselves that aren't actually accurate. How we perceive ourselves is different than how the world perceives us, and we're very selective in how we perceive ourselves. So I think being more open to how the world perceives you and being I guess not taking it personally. A big thing I've learned is to not take criticism so to heart and personally, and that own up to your mistakes and admit that you just need to learn and grow. Those are all the big things that I've kind of learned in my life that have really changed me as a person. So those would probably be the most important things I'd have to say about life advice if it's general.
Okay, that's a really good answer. I think my last question for you, Aurora, is there any misconceptions that people have about you, or things that have been said about you before, or that you kind of sort of want to go, no, that's not me? I feel like you kind of said that in your last on life advice in general, but are there any things that have been out there you're just like, no, this isn't me? Or like a lot of people will get sort of they'll sort of get like framed as something.
Oh, there's a lot of people who don't like me. There's from my ex in my past and how that relationship ended, and my ex passed away after we separated. It was a bad situation, and he was a infamous content creator, very toxic content, which is not my taste anymore. I used to like that kind of content. I used to hang out on 4chan when I was in my early 20s. That's changed a lot. There's a lot of shit. I still find edgy humor funny, but there's a lot of shit that I don't now too, right? Because I'm emotionally matured. So I made a lot of mistakes a few years back, and I wasn't the greatest person. That said, my ex wasn't the greatest person to me either. A lot of people don't know how badly emotionally abused I was, and I was also emotionally abusive in return. So I think here's how I feel about it. I feel like a lot of people have their minds already made up. They've already decided on who they picture me as and who they want me to be, right?
Okay.
And like I have my best friend, she watches some of these people on Twitter and tells me, oh, they're talking about you, whatever. And I say, I don't want to hear about it anymore. And here's why. Because I can't change the people that are like, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. Those people aren't usually good people.
I hate those people.
Yeah. So I don't feel the need to go out of my way to be like, look, I'm a good person now. I've learned. But I have learned, I've grown, and that's up to them. It's not up to me. So honestly, I don't care anymore. Like that's up to them, not me. So, that's what I'd have to say. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think anyone in their past is like 100% good. I don't think that exists. I don't think there is a thing where people are just like, I've been good for my entire life. It's like, no, there are people I've done shitty things in my past life.
Yeah.
For sure, that I'm not proud of. Like I'm not like I don't want to pretend that I'm like the best person or anything like that. Or you should be this way, because I think everyone learns and grows on their own. So I think it's shitty to take someone's past self and just completely frame them as that person. Now, if they continue to do that and be that person and you don't see any change, sure, yeah. But if there's change in that person and you see change in that person, I think people need to sort of acknowledge that change. So.
Well, and here's my thing too. If their mind's made up, it's not my problem. Their mind's already made up on me. And I just feel like it's good to be transparent about your growth in public. because then other people will be more open to maybe growing and changing themselves. You know what annoys me? I'll post a video talking about my mental health or like a random topic, because I have a whole list in my phone of videos I want to do, like things I just care to talk about that people seem to receive well on Twitter. And I get these comments all the time. Aurora, you're such a good person. And that makes me want to punch myself in the face. Like, because no one is such a good person. Like, there are some people might be morally different than others, but that's based on a lot of different factors. So I don't like hearing that, because it's like, you don't know who I used to be. You don't know my past. You don't know me. And it's a very cringy and also really unfair label to put on someone. Yeah, because then you're labeled that person as well, and you're just like, no, I don't like that either. When it's just like, you're a good person, because also it's perception. Like, if you make that video and then other people are making that same video of like that perception of being a good person, then other people who just put out videos that are good people, that might not be, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, that's the perception that someone else has of putting that video out of being a good person. Yes. But they might just be selling that good person image, and that it may not be that actual good person. And that's scary as fuck. Well, most people, I won't say most, but a lot of content creators I've encountered that are positive vibes only. We're just fun loving here, all that shit. Those people are the most toxic people I've encountered. And I pride myself in being fully transparent with mostly every facet of myself, except what color my poop was that day, you know what I mean? Which, who knows, we might get into that one day. But yeah, I really find it unfair to be put in those boxes of, oh, you're such a good person. I read them out. I hate that. And I know people are just trying to be nice, you know? Yeah, of course. But it's I hope to have a poop segment someday, though. That would be great, where you have different colors of poop. Yeah, I don't know if Twitch will allow it, but YouTube will. They don't give a fuck. You can put poop in YouTube videos? I don't know. I hope so. People ask me to light my farts on fire on stream, but I know it's self-harm, so I don't do it. I know I get banned for that. Wait, that's self-harm to light your farts on fire? You can hurt yourself really bad if you don't know what you're doing. And that's why people ask me, like, oh, you should teach people how to do that. And I'm like, absolutely. You can accidentally suck the flame into your butt, and the methane combusts inside of your anus. And it'll burn you on the inside and hurt you. So that's why, like, I know how to do it, but I'm not going to teach people or do it on stream. So it might technically be self-harm on Twitch. I wouldn't be surprised. Holy fuck. I've seen people banned for less. I have as well. Yeah, that's all the questions I had, honestly. That was it's not too long of an interview. Like I said, I like to keep it short and sweet. I don't like to do 6-hour interviews when I talk to you. So that's fair. I have done them, but I don't like to do them. So yeah, thanks for coming. I appreciate it, Rora. Thanks for having me on. Is there anything you're doing in the future that you want to like kind of highlight and tell the chat what you're doing, or? I'm doing these really cool cooking streams, and I'm doing one of these tomorrow where I take random ingredients in my kitchen, like a lot of them, and I put them on a wheel. And then what happens is I spin the wheel, and we select, say, X amount of ingredients, and then chat votes on those ingredients. So I've done that where it goes into waffles. I've done it where it's just a meal and everyone picks the components. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing, you know, those fucking containers of crescent rolls that you open up and roll up and bake? I've been putting different things in them. Like I did some garlic ones, I did some cinnamon roll ones, and I thought, what if I did a wheel of croissant stream where we spin the wheel and they vote and I have to eat it. So I like gag, and it's fucking horrible. Like, that's what I got coming up, is another one of those. Those are really fun. The chat loves doing them because they're so interactive. So I'd have to say that's probably what I've got coming up. My chat loves wheel spinning, so hopefully they go hang out with you tomorrow on that. Do you spin wheels a lot? On my trivia show, I have a wheel spin option of donation for a wheel spin, and you get points for it. So it's just a farm money in the first round. Honestly, it doesn't really. It's literally just a farm money. So there's like a pot at the end. So whatever streamer wins, yeah. So it's a money farmer. So. Wheels are fun though. I know people love them, but yeah, that's what I have going on in the future. People do like wheels a lot. Yes, they do. They love the wheel. For some reason, I don't know why. They just really love wheels.
Whatever it is. Wheels and marbles for some reason. I'm like, why does everyone love marbles and wheels so much?
Fucking marbles. They do love the marbles.
I don't get it. But
yeah, thanks for having me on, and it's been fun talking with you and stuff. Like, it's just good vibes. It's fun to hang out and shoot the shit. So I really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it a lot. And maybe I'll have you on if you're interested for trivia in the future. So.
Oh, yeah, I'd love it. I think that'd be a lot of fun. For sure.
Yeah, I think you'd be good too. So anyway.
We'll see.
Thanks so much for coming, Rora.
No problem, Zach. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. RoraPickles. Oh wait, where did the chat go? Oh shit, I lost the chat. Oh, there you are. Let's see. Oh shit. Octopus. Oh damn, too bad I missed this one. Smiley face.